Thousands or perhaps millions of people around the world enjoy a swim on the beach every day. That's why this is one of the favorite places to vacation and spend a day as a couple or family. But just as it is a wonderful natural place, the sea can be very dangerous. That's why when you visit, you should take precautions so that the experience does not end in tragedy. Many of these dangers are known to lovers of the sea, but there is one that can go unnoticed and that many ignore. That is rip current, a natural phenomenon present in most of the beaches of the world and that can happen from one moment to another. But what are rip currents? Basically, rip currents are a type of marine current that occurs when water recedes from the coast to the sea. These waters usually move at high speed through narrow channels that form at the beginning of the beach. Its main feature is that it can happen unexpectedly and in a relatively short time. That's why it takes bathers by surprise. And if the person does not know what they're facing, they will panic and swim against the current. That's the danger because it will cause them to fatigue and they will sink. It is estimated that every year about 100 bathers around the world lose their lives due to rip currents. But why is this phenomenon so dangerous? Because of three factors: the speed with which it happens, the speed of the water, and the reaction of the swimmer. But how can we avoid falling victim to one of these currents? There are some facts that people need to know to avoid being a victim of a rip current. The first thing is to observe if there are furrows on the beach, known as undertow channels. These are generated during long periods of bad weather, mainly in winter. Because of these channels, much of the sand deposited near the shore disappears. For this reason, these sites are increasingly eroded by water, run out of sand, and become huge aquatic currents. You can also be alert if the water looks calm between the waves, even when the sea is rough. That's a sign that there's a rip current. Another factor to watch out for is the color of the water. If the water on the shore looks darker, it can be a danger sign. Now, if you unfortunately get caught in a rip current, you can follow these tips for survival. Try your best to stay calm so that you can think clearly. Don't swim against the current, it will drain your energy and you must do everything possible to preserve it. If you are going to swim, do it in parallel, looking for the shore. If you think you're getting too far away from the coast, it doesn't matter, because the goal is to get out of the rip current. Many drownings occur when it comes to saving another person immersed in a rip current. That's why you have to be careful if you're going to give this kind of help. The best thing you can do to help a person is to ask for help from a lifeguard. If none is in sight, throw something floating to the victim so that you can pull them out later, or at least help them stay afloat. Finally, it is important to keep in mind that this type of natural phenomenon occurs in any coastal area of the world. That's why you should take the necessary precautions when visiting a beach.